Good evening, everyone, and thank you for watching ATV from San Jose. I'm Suad Asfour. My guest tonight is Eliya. Rabin is a musician, civil engineer, and personal trainer fitness. He received his bachelor and master degrees from San Jose State University. He is originally from Iraq and currently lives in San Jose, California. He is my guest tonight to ask him how could he handle 3 jobs and be successful in all. Rabin, welcome to the show and thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. Thank you
Glad
for
to
having
have
me here.
you.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you. We've been looking forward to have you on the show.
Thank you for reaching out. I know it's been tough coming with the busy schedule, but I make commitment and I always want to come and serve the
beautiful
American community.
Yes, you are part of this community and we're very proud of you.
Thank you very much.
So let's start by talking about your childhood. Where did you grow up and how was your childhood like?
So again, I'm Rabin Eliya. I was born in Baghdad, Iraq, and I spent most of my childhood there. Went to school, had a bunch of friends, pretty much good life. And at the teenager time, we received our paper to migrate to the U.S. So we migrated when I was 15, 16 years old, attended the high school here.
Good.
As soon as I went to high school, I started playing music at really early age, I would say 7.
How did you start? What made you start?
So I always had the talent. I always loved it, and I had the passion to learn a musical instrument, but mainly piano was something that attracted me the most.
So you started the piano.
And then at age of 10, my dad took me to a big renowned musician in Iraq, and started taking classes with him, start learning on my own when it took just a very quick time. When you have the talent, it takes a really quick time to learn easily. And then when I moved out, like I said, to the U.S., I went to the high school, and then I had a choir class. So I asked the choir teacher, hey, I want to really come in and play some piano for the kids here. She's like, absolutely, yeah.
That's in English, of course.
Yeah, that's in English. So I went in and then I played piano, everyone listening, and they were really impressed and they liked it. And then since then, she's like, you're going to be my choir, you're going to be in my band until you graduate from high school.
Wow.
And then after that, I went to college, learned some music. I didn't take a degree, but I took a bunch of classes here and there. Didn't focus much on music that much, on educating myself for a few years. I was busy with fitness and school and all that stuff, so but I finally decided to push a little bit harder after these few years to learn more music, educate myself, practice, attend as many events as I can, because when you've seen me in events that I go play.
That's what it takes.
It's very, very good educational path. And there you are. I'm here with you.
The experience and the practice.
And the practice.
You're pretty famous right now.
Thank God,
yeah, in many events, and you do a lot of weddings.
I do all kinds of events, it's whether concert, whether non-musicians, Middle Eastern musician, weddings, anything. And the reason why I do it mainly, it's because I enjoy, sharing it to people. I enjoy having fun while others are having fun with my talent. So I think it's pretty awesome. And whoever called me for an event, I always say, I wouldn't say no.
That's part of the secret in life is you gotta give first, and then everything falls in your lap.
Yeah, I mean,
and I can tell you are a giver.
Yeah, so it's. I mean, if you're given something, you should share it with other people.
As long as you enjoy
serve
it,
people.
Other will accept it and
correct.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So you made any of your own? Did you compose your own piece of music? Anything?
So I always love to have the time to sit and compose and write something. It was always challenging, but the melodies were always in my head. And the reason why it's challenging is because most of the time that invested in music is actually playing live, you know, and going outside and performing in concert or whatever it is. So I wasn't too much into you know, writing and composing, but I'm starting right now. I did have a few pieces in the past. They're still in my head, but I'm starting right now to start working on it a little bit more. So balance between, you know, live performance and also, you know, doing studio work or you know,
okay,
composing.
so maybe we can hear the one you made, if you don't mind.
So this one is pretty special. I thought about combining, you know, Arabic, Middle Eastern scale with the Western scale.
Oh, how interesting!
And I thought about, you know, coming up with that one, and the melody was always in my head. So
good, that's beautiful, because not too many people work on that yet. So you probably be producing something new and interesting.
Correct. Yeah. So that's
good. Good.
Pieces, yeah.
So let's hear it. Let's make sure our mic are working. I like the end of it.
Thank you.
So I'm sure part of your job as a musician, you do a lot of traveling around the world. Have you ever went back home to your country since you came?
I have not.
Not yet.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there are events coming.
There will be time coming.
Yeah, will be coming. Yeah, I would. I mean, that's under. You know, I think that's.
On the work.
That's my fate. I was going back and playing music back home too. So
fate is such a funny thing.
Yeah,
it works. Usually it works.
Yeah.
And what about right now? Do you have any events out of the country? You've been doing some traveling jobs.
I had not right now. Normally it's summer. It's pretty. This time of year is kind of slow on the events. It's now it's turning to summer, so we'll have. A lot of things coming up, but I had one was big one in Sacramento. One of the famous Iraqi singers.
Oh yeah.
That was a good big event in the Bay Area.
A lot of huge community in Sacramento right
Correct.
now.
Yeah. So
beautiful. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So, but you still keep up with all the new songs and all the new things that comes into the music world from the Arab country. You keep up with it, but you still stay in touch with the old one that you were really touched by, or يعني من الفنانين اللي تأثرت فيهم, or it could be Iraqi or any other ones. What do you do about that? How do you keep up with that?
So initially, I was very inspired by the music. I would say before the 2000 era, and you're talking about 90s and 80s, and I felt the music had more flavor, more texture. Now the music, it's nice, we can hear it, and I update myself. I'm up to date with all the music, even my equipment, my keyboards, and I keep communicating with Middle East. I have few friends that I deal with. We work on that, and I update myself as well. And however, I still have the love to the music that was back, I would say, in 90s. Generally speaking, a lot of Middle Eastern music, specifically speaking, Iraqi music, I was inspired by it. And we had really great composers, great musicians back then that you look up to them and say, hey, I really want to play music, because they give you, I mean, music it had flavor.
I guess we all feel the same way. So what can we hear from the 90s? What can you play for us?
So I would say Iraqi music. I had, as I said, I was very inspired by a musician back then. There is one by really known Iraqi maestro and Iraqi musician called Ra'ad George. He did compose a lot of music for, I would say, soundtrack for movies, soundtrack for episodes, soundtrack for, I mean, you name it, including his songs and including, masterpieces.
Okay.
So
which one we're gonna hear?
So Ra'ad George, there's a song called Dhikrayat,
Dhikrayat.
one of my favorite songs. So yeah, I'll do that.
I'm ready.
Thanks.
Really nice. What was that called? Dhikrayat?
Dhikrayat, Ra'ad George.
Dhikrayat for Ra'ad George.
Ra'ad George, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up and listen to it more.
It's a short part of it, but
Yeah,
it's a big.
it's beautiful. Let's talk a little bit about fitness and health.
Sure.
You are a very busy guy with, you are a musician, you are a construction manager, and you do the fitness training.
Sure.
And you were here on time. So how do you manage to maintain healthy lifestyle and handle everything properly?
So it's a tough
There's
route.
gotta be a secret.
It's a rough. It's a really tough route to go through that direction, but it's doable. I always say
It's doable.
when people ask me that, I say it's doable, and I could always advise and I try to motivate people. I mean, you see my post on Facebook and all that. I try to motivate everyone to at least, on the health lifestyle route. Everybody needs that, and I believe in something that without health you can't do anything. It's really up to the health, and your body is something that it's actually your home. It's the actual home for yourself.
Your engine.
Your engine, right? So I started fitness when I was also a teenager because I was really skinny guy, back then, and everybody used to make fun of me and say, hey, you're really skinny, you need to eat, you need to put some meat on. I'm like, all right, I'll try. So I started going to the gym, and then after that I started seeing results. And when you see a result at that age, every age you'll like it, right?
Yeah. You get more motivated.
You get more motivated, and you keep want to do it. So since then I kept going to the gym, and that's another passion that I discovered in myself, which is fitness. But I'll give you a little background on myself. I always loved sport. Back home in Iraq, I used to play taekwondo, soccer, wrestling. I even did wrestling here in high school as well.
Oh, really?
But the most out of this type of sport, I always liked fitness and getting into shape. So I took that route. Yeah.
Did you have to study nutrition, and do you have to follow a certain diet to be able to keep your energy level?
So it's accumulation of all this, study, experience. I hired, when I was younger, I hired nutritionist. I got myself certificate, and also have a nutrition degree. So definitely education was a big part of it, to get to this level. However, at this point of my life, it's back then I always wanted to compete as a bodybuilder, but to compete as a bodybuilder, it's actually you become very selfish, and you don't want to
focus.
You're very focused, and you don't want to explore other talents in you, So, and this is not me. I always like doing many stuff, like music, going to work. So I said, not to this route, but I keep the fitness level. I keep training, and I keep training people as well. So yeah, I kept it, and up to this date, I always try to find time, whether it's early in the morning or at night. But you always, to answer your question, there is always time for health if you put that as a priority. So
as long you believe that you come number one in life, and that's what it takes to maintain your health.
Exactly.
But the people you train in the body fitness, do you teach them how to eat and what kind of food they should eat?
Yes, it's when they come up to me and they ask me, hey, I want to lose weight, I want to gain muscle, or whatever fitness goal it is, I always put this in the front of the table, and I say it's food, and also it's a combination of working out and also the food. If you're not applying one, you're not going to see the results. So so definitely I teach them and I guide them.
Okay, and I'm sure when people lose weight and they get stronger, that helps their self-confidence. So
correct, that's what I'm saying. health, physical health. في مقولة بالعربي نقول العقل السليم في الجسم السليم. So
that's nice.
So when it's a health, it's a mental health, it's a physical health, it's everything.
Mentally and physically.
Yeah. So.
And so, do you train men and women?
I trained, and I keep training all types of people, men, ages, and so.
Okay, good. That's excellent.
Yeah, so.
That's beautiful. I'm sure a lot of people would love to do what you've been doing, and I hope they hear us tonight.
Yeah, thanks.
Great. So let's go back to music before the time runs out. Now, you play Iraqi the most, or you play all kinds of Arab culture from different countries, Egypt, Lebanon, all that?
So I listen to a lot of music. I listen to, definitely Middle Eastern, Iraqi, Arabic, from Lebanon, Syria, even from, Dubai, you name it. And I listen to, Eastern European style of music, like Albanian.
Wow.
I listen to, Turkish. I listen to Greek. Definitely Western as well.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much when most of the time you're playing for, let's say, for a community, for let's say I'm playing for Middle Eastern, most of the songs you're gonna listen and play is gonna be Middle Eastern. But I explore sometimes
That's good.
Yeah, so
Being a creative person, you got to, right?
you gotta be. I mean, you gotta
So-
be up to date. You gotta know everything.
Yeah, that's what it takes
yeah.
nowadays. You can't be lazy.
Yeah.
No. So what are we gonna hear now from any Arabic, any other country other than Iraq?
So I'm really inspired and passionate about Fairuz.
Fairuz.
I
Oh
mean,
wow, everybody
yeah.
loves Fairuz.
So Fairuz is my it's my favorite.
Very
I listen.
smoothing.
I'm
The coffee in the morning.
exactly. That's I listen to when I go to work in the morning or
Excellent.
coffee in the morning. I mean, but I listen to Fairuz not only in the morning, but every time. I like her music.
Of course,
I like
any
her.
time is a good time to hear Fairuz.
Yeah.
Perfect. So which song you gonna play?
So I think this is really known song, and it's called "أنا لحبيبي وحبيبي لإلي."
Beautiful.
That's it, Fairuz.
Let's hear it. Bravo, excellent. Now I know how motivated you are and you motivate yourself, but do you have any role model?
It's a good question. I always believe God is a good role model.
Okay.
I think always He's there with me, and He always give me the inner voice and say, hey,
Perfect.
do this, do that, and give me the right path and make the good decisions in life. And I think without Him, I couldn't get, I wouldn't gone to nowhere. So
That's
I
good
think
to know.
he's my number one role model.
Excellent.
So,
That's perfect answer.
yeah.
That's good to know. Final advice for new generation guys, young guys who is trying to do what you're doing, and they have motivation to do everything, but they're kind of hurting themselves moving too fast. So what do you advise them, especially Middle Eastern guys?
Yeah. So I would like to say work really hard. Nothing is easy in life. You gotta struggle, but again, the outcome, the reward is big. And think about. I mean, don't think about the worries about the world. Think about what you're gonna put a mark in this world. That's the really most important thing. So really work hard. Don't worry about other stuff. Everybody goes through things sometimes in life, or most of the time in life, but again, you're here for something, so really work hard for it and do whatever you need to do, and eventually enjoy it.
And
that's
stay
fine.
strong and
Stay
healthy.
strong, yeah, stay strong and
That's
healthy.
perfect. I'm going to end the show, but I want to thank you so much for coming, and I'm going to leave the last 2 minutes for you to play something American music for us.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Robin, for coming
Thank you.
today. And the rest of the time you can play something nice,
Thank you.
American
Sure,
music.
Sure.
if you like.
Yes, we'll do that.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah, we will end the show.